Hey guys, how are you? Hope you doing fine today. Last time we completed the timer, and today we're gonna talk about the counter. So, as timer is very important in ladder logic programming, in the logic in general, so also the counter is very important. Like you want to count the production parts, you want to count for the number of items, you want to count for number of cycles, you want to count for the uh, number of running cycles, everything. So every time you want to count something, you need to have a counter. In the image at the front of you is the hardware counter, which is Omron 1, and there are many types for each vendor. There are many models of counters, and you can see here the counter is known by the preset value for the count, and this number, once the counter starts counting and reaching to the preset value, the output of the counter will be turned on, and you can use this output of the counter to starting, stopping, or doing one action in your control logic. So simply, when we think about counting, so anybody can count to up counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or down counting, like starting from one value like 1000 and then go down 999, 998, 997 until reaching to 0, or using the hybrid counter, like it has the ability to count up and count down as well. So in general, in counter, so the parameter you can use for the counter is the trigger command. This trigger command is like a pulse. So you have here like a pulse, and this pulse, like every time goes from on to off, from off to on. Every rising edge, this one, this one, this one, make the counter to be count one digit, count up or count down, or count up or down. And the other signal, which is R, to reset the counter, like at any time you want to reset the counting from 0, starting from beginning, or for the counter down to reset the counter, to reload the counter, like starting from the first point. And for sure, for all counter, you will find the preset value, which is the target of your counter to reach to. And once reaching to this counting value, the output of the counter will be goes on, okay, to be true. And here in this value, the current value of the counter, at any time you can know what the counter reaches to. And same thing here for countdown. You have output, you have current value, you have load, like reset in the count up, you have countdown command to trigger the counter to count down, and the preset value for setting your counter to count down to specific value. And for the count up and down, you have everything like countdown, okay, you have reset, you have the load counter, you have the preset value, you have two relay or two output here, count up or count down, and also the current value. So let's go and simulate this thing in our simulation. So moving here to our simulation. So very simple here, like we have done for the timer. So for counter, we use count up. Okay, so here we just use count up. Okay, so this is a counter for count up, and this one is a trigger. let's say name it to trigger for counter, and also this is the preset value. For example, it will be like 10, and this is the motor. Once the counter reaching to 10, so the motor will be starting, or you can say it will be like alarm, like this is alarm, we're reaching to 100, meaning we need to do maintenance or something like this. So let's simulate this thing. So downloading the program to our controller and simulate. So this one is on, and this one is a preset value, and this is the current value. Okay, so this current value, we need to see this current value for sure. So let's make this happen, like in this tag to be, I'm sorry, I'm here, like this value will be like it be like MW10. Okay, so this value is the current value. We can make it current value of the counter. So now let's see if I downloading this thing like this and see what's going on. So now the counter has 1. Okay, so when I trigger this one to 1 again, so it counts 2, as you can see, and another pulse. Okay, it is now on. If you can see, it is now on. So if I go another one like this, it will be 3, and so on. This is trigger from 0 to 1. It counts until it reaching to the preset value, which is 10. Let's see what happened. Notice this coil for the alarm. So now we're reaching to okay, reaching to 8, and then 9, and once reaching to 10, which is the PV, the output coil energized and the alarm has been done. So let's try to same thing for the countdown. Okay, so for countdown we need the reset. So this is the reset, the preset value 10. So it will start from 10 and keep decreasing until reaching to 0. So let's say here this is already reached, this value is 10. This is the start point, and watch, once I get a signal from the trigger, it become 9, and so on. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Once reaching 0, this is the value for the output of the counter energized, and the alarm is energized as well. So this is the count up and the countdown. So one person here asking me for the, let's say first trying this the third type, which is count up down. So here you have one for count up, one for countdown, and one for reset, one for load. Okay, so I will have like one input here. Okay, one other input here. For example, in like in 12 0. Okay, and I will make this one like for reset. I will make this one like I see this one. I rename this one to count down. Okay, and one for reset. Okay, and I will see this one to this one. I will rename it to reset the counter. And this is one for loading the counter, because one for reset to 0, one for loading, because I can run this one to be either count up or count down. So I will rename this one to load. Okay, and the p value for sure is 10. So let's start our counter. So now I downloading this one and simulation like this. So now you can see here the current value is 0. So once I set this one, okay, once I set this one to be like turning to 1, you can see here this is a countdown because it's 0, so there's no countdown here. So modify this again to 0, and this one, modify this one to 1. So this is a reset, okay, but I need to count up like this one, like this, okay. So I need to force this one to 1, okay. So reset is open, so I need to reset this one, okay, and this one I will. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm now like giving pulses from here, from this one, like forcing for the trigger for this 5, and at any time I can at any time reset. So when I using this one reset, see it comes 0 again. When I'm loading this one like this, so this one I need to, so loading makes the current value to be the PV value, the maximum, and then I can count down like this one, like this. So I can stop loading first and then count down like this. Come, as you can see, 9, 8, 7, and so on. Okay, and for sure I can like reset to 0 and so on. This is the function of count up, count down, and the hybrid counter for count up and down in the same time. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in another video session for our series for PLC programming using ladder logic. Thank you very much, and have a good day, my friends.